Welcome to the Know. I'm Ashley Jenkins.
And I'm a very tired Colin Moriarty.
Yeah, you kind of funny guys. We got you running around the office while you're visiting.
Yeah, not
fun
sleeping
so far?
very much. Yeah, very much. Thank you.
Fabulous. Enjoy the tacos?
Oh, we went twice in a row, so yeah, I like them very much.
Well, as far as news goes, we've got Sabotage, we've got Time Bombs, we've got Malicious Code. The dark corners of Steam are always bringing us the juiciest stories.
And this one is about as ridiculous as it gets. Spintires, the off-road simulation that tore up Steam charts a couple years ago, is reportedly experiencing actual sabotage, leaving the game largely unplayable.
The catch that you're probably waiting for is that the sabotage may have been committed by its own developer. The community has now discovered a series of time bombs that's code malfunctions triggered at certain times or dates that cause the game to crash every few minutes. So it's also just like a PC port.
Yeah, it sounds like PC gaming in a nutshell. These time bombs appear to have been placed by the game's lead developer, Pavel Zagrabelnij. I think I'm saying that right.
Hold on, I'm going to try this.
Yeah.
No, I think you did it. Zagrabelnij.
Nailed it. After a total falling out with the game's publisher, which would sort of make this an attempt to hold the game hostage.
Some devs just want to watch the world burn. Or crash in this case. Things started looking a little bit muddy for Spintires last week. That's a pun. A number of forum posts began showing up that indicated something was seriously foobarred with the game. Oddly enough, a similar problem happened with the game exactly 1 year prior, making it sound like maybe Pavel had tested his code a long time ago.
Quite devious. In all, users have identified over 14 time bombs set to go off at different points over the next few months. One of the game's users, localhost, has provided a temporary fix for the game while developers work on a hotfix. The user believes that the code was intentionally placed, and all eyes are turning to our friend Pavel, the game's lead designer, who's hit a bit of a very public rough patch with the game's publisher, Ovi.
Pavel and Ovi had a complicated, drama-filled relationship for a while now, great for a sitcom, and Pavel hasn't been too shy to talk about it. A little over a year ago, Pavel complained that in addition to deleting his forum posts on the game's website, Ovi also disappeared with the money they owed him and wouldn't let him update his own game.
Ovi or Ovi? How do you want to say it?
I like Ovi.
Ovi, I'm going to go with that.
It's like a movie.
Okay, yeah, you're absolutely right. Ovi made a follow-up post admitting that they had some problems with Pavel, but that things were going to start looking up in the near future. But yeah, that totally did not happen, Ashley. As of last month, it looked like the UK publisher was going to dissolve completely since it had failed to declare its finances.
That's all it takes? Wow. Eurogamer caught up with Pavel in light of this news, and he wasn't too pleased, saying, "They owe me a shitload of money, according to our contract." He went on to add, "I haven't had a meaningful communication with Ovi for many months, maybe a year."
Sounds like my relationship with Greg Miller.
Hey!
Considering the Kickstarter success was at one point also a huge seller on Steam, it's now sold nearly 730,000 copies.
That's not bad for an indie title.
No, not at all. Ovi has no doubt made its share of money.
At the moment, the game is still completely offline, and naturally the players are just a bit upset. Some are just trying to see if they can get their money for the game back with no fix in sight, and the game being totally borked.
Just want to reiterate, this is why you don't play games on PC. This certainly isn't the first time we've seen a dust-up between a developer and a publisher over payment, but sabotage typically isn't all that common. Last year, AMD claimed that NVIDIA actively sabotaged The Witcher 3's performance on AMD software. The brunt of those claims had to do with how NVIDIA's proprietary GameWorks tool handled Hairworks. What the hell is Hairworks?
It's always about the hair. It's the strand technology, tress effects. Why? In an interview with Ars Technica, AMD's chief gaming scientist said that 2 months before release, GameWorks arrived with Hairworks, completely obliterating the game's performance, almost as if it was put in to achieve that goal. NVIDIA, of course, denied the claims of sabotage and just told AMD to get good.
Good advice. You actually find more examples of this outside of gaming, and another example of time bombs gone bad. In 2002, an angry programmer left time bombs that destroyed a ton of critical files at financial institution UBS Paine-Webber. The employee set the time bombs for a date after his resignation and tried to sell a bunch of company stock the day before his code drove prices down.
Wow,
that's quite devious.
God damn, dude. In 2000, this is also pretty shitty. An Australian developer dumped hundreds of thousands of gallons of sewage, see that's where the shitty comes in, after he was rejected for a job by the company that contracted the sewage company. Seriously, man. You know what? Honestly, this sounds like, it reminds me a little bit of Far Cry. Do you remember this is years and years ago where Ubisoft had a deal with NVIDIA to optimize the original Far Cry for NVIDIA cards? And Crytek went behind their back signed a deal with AMD, re-optimized the game, and put it out without telling them.
This is like some
crazy.
serious PC level sabotage. You don't find this on PlayStation Vita. So maybe someday gaming will have an epic code troll like that. Something to aspire to. For now, you'll have to stick to doing it in Game Dev Tycoon.
Aw, really, this just highlights that sometimes in the gaming world, things aren't always fair between developers and publishers, and it's actually kind of commonplace for devs to get screwed by the people who distribute their games.
Indeed, like all those Metacritic scores that they don't reach and they don't get their bonuses. Earlier this year, the creators of the original Descent games had a long-standing suit with Interplay, the publisher of those games, saying they hadn't seen any royalties since 2007. That's almost a decade.
It seemed like you'd bring that up maybe more than 7 years
maybe
later.
2009. And last year, about 75% of the developers who had participated in Ouya's 1 million free the game fund still hadn't been paid, even though that campaign launched in 2013, which is shocking because Ouya didn't have failure written all over it.
No, of course not. We all thought that was going to go great. So Pavel and Uvi's dispute is just another, really, in a long list. And while we don't condone anybody purposefully torpedoing their own code, especially since it has left so many gamers without a game to play, it's certainly understandable why someone might go to those lengths.
I suppose
also,
so.
it's fun.
Yeah.
Sure, it's fun to report on. It's not fun for the gamers, and it sucks for the publishers, and it sucks for the developers, but it's funny to report on.
Indeed it is. From the developer's point of view, you started this Kickstarter project, and it was a game you absolutely believed in. So when a publisher comes along, you take them up on their offer so you can see tons of people play it. Probably not the best feeling to see someone else keep all the money for it without paying you. Again, Greg Miller.
But, Greg, where are you? He took the money and ran. And to be fair to Uvi, they claim that they're all paid up with Pavel, but somewhere in between the two lines got crossed, and in the end, it's only hurt the people who actually paid to play the game in the first place.
So come on, publishers, pay your developers.
Yeah!
And developers, for the love of all things holy, don't put time bombs in your code.
Don't. It's just rude. If you really love the game that much, don't sabotage it. What do you guys think of this alleged time bombing of Spintires? Funny, ridiculous, alarming, all of the above? Let us know in the comments.
For all your latest virtual espionage, like this video, and subscribe to The Know.
I think we can get. Do you think we can get Colin to dress up in cool cat suit and do some diamond digging?
100% not. No chance in hell.
You know, there is a laser maze here in Austin.
Laser maze?
Yeah, I think Catherine Zeta-Jones in that movie where she was.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
I know. Mhm.
So where it's like you have to go through and you have to you can't break the lasers.
Like in a museum or in a bank.
All right, let's go right now.
It's amazing.
That sounds
It's at a bowling alley. Kill
What?
2 birds with 1 stone.
Let's do it.
I'm quite flexible, so I'd be actually really great at that. Yeah.
I'm not, but I'm